So this is great because if you listen to the question, it's how do you walk in? However, you have to know the spelling here, and it's not walk-in like a walk-in cooler, or it's walk-in like Christopher Walken. And this is how I walk in.
This is going to kind of be an open... You see where we're going?
Hey, you're talking to my guy all wrong. You do it again, and I'm going to stab you in the face with a soldering iron.
You're talking to my guy all wrong.
Yeah, this is
do it
how
again.
I walk in.
I'm going to stab you in the face with a soldering iron.
Your turn.
He's awesome. Yeah, I don't do it.
Two
You're not gonna-
mice
I can't walk.
fall in a bucket of cream.
Yes, they
One mice
turns
fights so hard he churns that cream
butter.
into butter.
Yes.
He crawls out. Today, I am that second mouse.
That's a great walk-in.
Good job, Brett.
Nice.
Roger?
Yep.
Roger Do Nicholson.
Jack,
Yeah.
Yeah.
you want me to do Jack Nicholson? What are you guys laughing at?
Here's Johnny.
All right, I know you boys are ready.
All right, let's party.
Ready?
You guys
do
happy?
I feel happy.
Happy.
Podcast. Let's do it. Hey, everybody. I'm Bryce Brizzle McKnight from IATQ. I'll ask the questions. This is episode number 21, the expedited edition. Let's get into it and meet our experts. To my left, we got who? Kevin, Sea-Dog, Wilcox. What's up, buddy? All right,
Glad to
next
be
thing,
back.
we got Roger, RMFJ. What's
Glad
up,
to be
dude?
here.
Good. We got Brad across the street from him. Hey, Brad, how's it going? And finally, Red Dog. All right. Hold on.
Take a breath, bud.
Getting a little dizzy.
How you guys doing?
Good.
You guys
to be
Feel good.
Good podcast?
Oh,
Good?
yeah.
Solid.
Always.
You know, it is balls cold outside.
I'm doubled
brutal.
up.
We
I'm
are-
layered.
It's uncool.
It's awesome.
We're in the dead of winter right now.
Yeah.
Kevin, do you have a fireplace?
I do, actually.
This is why he thinks it's awesome. Because it's the one day a year you get to
you
have a
light up
fireplace
that one day
in
a year.
North Florida.
40 degrees in Florida. And we're like, man, it is cold.
Yeah.
While the rest of the country is like literally snow.
Dude, I walked out.
Exactly.
5 degrees.
I could see my breath this morning.
Yeah.
What is that about?
You hardly a little frost on the
Yeah.
ground. The
What?
grass is crunchy. I'm like,
A tid nipply.
And then you realize how old your wardrobe is because you got shit that. Yeah, I don't need to buy a new
When's the last
jacket.
time you wore
Exactly,
that?
that's what I'm saying. This shit's
all right, bust out the winter gear. Like all the fucking moths fly away.
There's a little frost on the sand this morning.
I found
at the
like
beach.
I found like a Jolly Rancher in this, like from like 2 years ago.
You
I'm
know-
like, what the hell?
You know you're in Florida.
Did you eat it?
And it's wintertime in Florida. When you
course.
see
Pretty
people
self for
wearing
speed.
like a big ski jacket and 5 layers and
They're-
shorts.
They're natives.
Shorts and sandals.
Yeah.
No shoes. All right. Cool.
Yeah.
Let's get into the beefs. I'm going to start off beef round. Beef round. With pointless rules at work. You and I were talking about this earlier, Kevin. Like the scope cleaning process now. We no longer do endoscopes at the surgery center, but at the hospital they do. And Kevin was telling us the method for cleaning, and they've extended it by probably 15 minutes or so. And you do a lot of colonoscopies,
ridiculous.
EGDs in a row, so you need a high turnover. So this is like shooting yourself in the foot for the sake of having a pointless rule, because one thing happened some other place in some other state where something went wrong. Now everybody's got to change everything to this pointless rule because the first person who did it was incompetent in the first place. And instead of just saying, don't be this guy, we have to have a new policy, a new step, everything. It's just irritating. And I'm over it.
So what's the new step?
Yeah,
man, there's-
Kevin, go into
there's-
it.
I mean,
'cause
there's
it sounds
there's-
interesting.
I mean, so I don't know if you cleaned scopes before, but there was a point where you would just bring the scope into the room, put it in the sink, soak
Yeah.
it for 2 minutes,
Run it
and
through,
then
do
run
that,
run
put it in
this
the machine,
scope buddy
right?
thing. Well, a scope buddy now has got its own process where you've got to dump the sink 3 times, completely refill
is
it.
like 4
that adds
gallons
like
of water.
10 minutes
Oh, that's
to
so
the
fill
scope
up,
buddy
drain,
part.
fill up, drain.
And-
So
yeah,
what was the
and
reason behind
That's
it?
reproductive.
again, it's probably something like Bryce said. Somebody somewhere ended up with bacteria from somebody else.
It gets to the
and
point of like being preventative rules.
More than likely, it was because somebody was skipping a step. and
Yeah.
didn't feel
Oh,
like
okay.
doing it. And
Or
so-
nothing happened, and they just said, "Hey, we need to start doing this now
Yeah.
too."
Well,
Yeah.
You get these
Yeah.
committees of people
That don't know what they're
together
doing.
That they're paper pushers, right? And they're just justifying their job.
Yeah.
They
Exactly.
go, we'll create a new rule, make us look like we did something.
Every inspection we've ever had has been completely pointless.
If
and
they
the
would-
things we get dinged on have nothing to do with safety at all, and there's no provable way they can
Same
change
in
my
the
mind.
I mean, if
restaurant.
they walked in and said, "What's your
Same
infection
thing.
rate?" and
Yeah.
we'd say 0, they should walk back out.
Right.
Yeah, but I know why the infection rate is 0. Because no, because
and yeah.
I used to work for a doctor, and I used to have to sign off on the did any of these people have infections. Well, you're not gonna you
Yeah. No.
just sign it. All right, here you go.
I think
And we had
one.
infections.
We had
but-
one, and I'll tell you the infection we had. I've been there almost 20 years now, and I can tell you we've had one infection. One guy came back that we know of, and he had a carpal tunnel surgery, and we put the bandage on, wrapped it up nice and everything. The guy came back 2 days later, I want to say, with an infection. And one of the techs who used to work there, David, saw this guy fishing on the pier the day after he had his surgery,
Nice.
reaching into the bait bucket with
I
the
love that.
bandaged hand
Yes.
to get a shrimp out and put it on his hook and fish.
Yes.
Washing off with
It's
salt
just
water.
non-compliant.
Just an asshole and an idiot that
And
just
that-
doesn't care
that
about
hit us.
himself. Or it's like, why even bother? Just fucking cut your hand
yeah,
off.
I just think that to brag about the no infection rate is it's
well, I can
pointless.
I can
I
vouch
don't-
for it.
I mean, yeah, we haven't had any.
well, no. But what I'm saying is that it's irrelevant. Not irrelevant, but
It's a moot point.
yeah, based
Stupid
on
thing
nothing.
to keep track of
Yes,
because it
it's
never
'cause
happens.
No. Well,
so that's why we base all our rules.
Even if there was an infection, no one's there to track that infection. Okay, Mister.
Where did it come from?
Got infected
what about the
here
guy with
and
the
had
elbows?
surgery then and went over there.
Yeah, when he leaned on his elbows.
No. The guy with the elbows. We just did
Yeah.
not an IND, but a closed his elbows again. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Secondary
Yeah,
closure.
he
Yeah.
re-leaned on it.
That
or
was an
something.
infection.
Man.
But it wasn't our infection.
It was his fault.
Exactly. Our infections is important because that's our fault. We caused it. May have
His fault.
and I'm supposed to prevent it. That's our job.
You don't dip your hand in a fucking
So
shrimp
like,
bucket
there's nothing you
after
can't
surgery.
fix stupid, right?
Yeah.
There's nothing you can do about that.
You can't.
But we can do something about preventing your, and it's not
Make-
from
make-
these pointless rules, which is my whole point in the first place.
Make management feel better.
And
Man, this beef really.
yeah, that was turning. into a
Sorry,
story
long
time.
beef.
Exploded.
Sorry, Fernando. I
That's
said
all
it
right.
was
Everybody's
Hurry up.
This
Kinda
is
stepped
not
into
the
it.
expedited. Man, come back, please. Just watch to the end.
Yeah, we're sorry.
Everybody, I'm
Please.
sorry. Well, Kevin,
God.
Kevin, what's your beef?
There'll be
Just-
some dick jokes later.
yeah,
I promise.
Maybe a fart joke here and
Maybe
there.
something like that. My beef are the people that don't pull up to the last gas pump and have to pull around them
Because they're
just
waiting
to
for
get
the guy they
and
decided to wait
usually it'll
for.
be somebody like Roger, myself, or you, because you guys have got bigger trucks, and you'll pull up to the last pump. I can pull up to the next one, then some lady will pull up to. Usually that lady rolls in first, pulls up to the first pump she gets to, forcing everybody else to go. And if you got a bigger truck like you guys, you
Yeah.
can't get to the middle.
Right.
And yeah, it just
good
drives the shit out
Okay,
of me.
I like it.
This is another blocking example of like, usually it's in a grocery store, but this time at the gas station.
Just blocking in
A
general.
lot of beefs happen at the gas station.
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
for
Just-
sure.
True.
Yep.
They don't know
Inside,
proper gas.
outside.
Yeah.
There's a gas station etiquette that's unspoken,
Quickie
Well,
Mart?
nobody follows.
and nobody follows it. The funny gas station story. I was filling up the gas one time, and they were working on a section of it, changing the roof out, and they had employees and workers there. And one guy's like coming out of the gas station, and this guy's on the roof working, and he's like, Red, what you doing, man? Where you was? What you doing? And Red comes out and he's like, I was taking a shit. And this place is like full of people, just going about their business. And all of a sudden I hear, I was in there taking a shit. I was shitting. I had to shit. And so we all knew he had to shit.
Yeah,
It was like
Red had.
gas,
Yeah.
gas station
Had to-
story.
Was it
Legit
you, Red?
stop.
Might have been
Red?
me.
It did say Red.
Working on the roof.
Where were you last year?
Where was I?
All
There at the
right,
gas
Ro-
station.
Let's move to Roger's beef. What's your beef, Roger?
Religious tattoos as a reason to get a religious tattoo.
All right. Please
Or-
explain.
So you'll see some young girl with a cross on her. It's her very first tattoo, and the reason she was given permission to get that tattoo is because it means something. It was a religious tattoo. We'll
Even though
just-
she desecrated her body.
whatever, yeah. But or gauges. I can't stand those earring gauges.
Oh.
Me either.
What about stretched out ear loop?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I can't stand it.
I saw a guy.
What an idiot. I mean,
I saw a guy did it so big.
Oh, yeah.
He could take one and stretch it over his
Yeah.
head, and take the other and stretch it over his head, and he had this
Makes my
cross
skin
of
crawl.
earlobe across his face.
yeah.
Spoken like a true boomer over here.
Yeah.
Tattoos and piercings.
That's right.
Earlier, we were voting whether or not Roger's a boomer.
He's not. He's not a
Not a
boomer.
boomer. Okay.
Well, I think Boomer started in like 40,
Yeah.
coming out of
It's more
World
of a
War
mindset.
World War II.
It's one
Nike-
thing.
It's a way
then
of-
I'm a
it's a
boomer.
way of life.
It's one
Yeah.
thing if it's a religious
And
thing.
I am from Oklahoma, so Boomer Sooner, baby.
There you go.
What's that, fat boomer?
1946.
46.
46.
Anything before 46.
No, yeah,
He is the expert,
first,
the
the
boomer
first,
expert.
the first
Yeah,
Boomer
baby
was
boom.
born like 2 minutes, January 1, 1946.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, moving
Not
on.
you.
No, but I didn't explain that beef very well. But
right,
you guys,
start over.
You understand the
plenty of time.
concept that some 16-year-old somebody wants a tattoo.
Yeah.
And the mom and dad are like, no, you're not going to get a tattoo. But it says
It's
God
Jesus.
loves me.
Okay.
All right, honey,
Everybody
you
should
can
know
have
you're a
Jesus saves.
Christian.
That's it.
You don't have to speak and show them you're a
So
Christian. It's beautiful.
we work with a certain physician that has a tattoo.
Okay.
So
We'll
And
get
it's
into
got
it.
it's got a religious
So
theme
if it's a
to it.
religious
Sure, for
thing,
sure.
So
like
it like makes it more legit.
But it was the whole point was, hey, look at what I believe.
Yes. Yeah,
I'm a
but-
good person.
yeah.
I got the proof.
Yeah.
I don't even need to
that
prove
makes
it
your
to you.
tattoo legit because that's Jesus on his back. That's legit.
Gotcha.
Well, some places it is religious, like when they have like certain tattoos they get as part of their religion, or the people that get those big discs in their lip.
Yeah.
You know, and then they're
Yeah.
like,
Yeah, the
that's-
earlobe guy.
Yeah,
Sure.
Yeah, that's a religion thing.
All right.
So,
Brad, what's your beef?
with it.
My beef is flopping in sports.
Ah,
More specifically in
Soccer.
In
Yeah.
World Cup soccer.
Like
France,
come
I'm
on.
looking at you.
yep.
I mean, come on. It's-
Frenchies.
It seems to be getting worse.
Oh,
I would get into the sport. I would. I really do.
100
I think they're great
100
athletes.
points.
But like,
It's a great beef.
but man, it's hard to watch grown men
not even be touched.
not even be touched and then
Right.
like grab onto something and
Yeah.
roll around
How
for
would
a
you
bit
flop?
to get a yeah.
And then once they get the call, they're up, and then they kick
And
the
then
goal.
they're up and they
They make the fucking free kick.
Yeah.
And now it's
I hate it
spread.
too.
It's spread in other sports. Basketball's gotten
Oh, yeah.
really bad, and it's even happening in football.
Yeah.
They call it now in basketball.
yeah.
They call it the
that
opposite.
Is
yeah,
that is a penalty now.
Yeah,
Oh, good.
If you have a
flop-
good ref in World Cup, which
Yeah.
is rare because FIFA
he
is
won't
fucking
fight.
corrupt, but yeah, he won't
it is
buy.
pretty corrupt,
Then
yeah.
it's good, but it typically doesn't happen.
Yeah.
Good
But man,
beef.
20, 30 years ago, these men would not be doing that.
No.
Yeah.
Well,
They were
that-
men.
That's one of the things that turns me off about soccer
It's,
is that
yeah.
Oh, you know what? Along those lines, I've noticed in Formula One, the last couple of years has probably been it's more and more prevalent. Is the complaining about the other drivers?
always it's
He cut me
always,
off.
Yeah.
He didn't give me enough room. Verstappen does it
Rubbin's
too.
racing.
and
All of 'em
I'm
do
like,
it.
quit being a bitch and go out there and
Yeah.
fucking
Call it-
race.
It's racing.
They're racing.
We call it the pussification of sports.
Thank you, Brad.
Everyone's gotten a little soft,
pussification.
man.
Let those guys play
I like
rugby
that.
and see.
Man, I got to cool off a little bit. It's fucking good
this
beef.
got you.
Yeah, I like it. Good
All right.
job, dude.
Yeah.
That's a good
Like I
beef,
said,
man.
100
Nice beef.
points.
Good one.
Justin, bonus point round. If you can beat that beef, I'll give you 150. Go.
I'm going
Beat your
for it.
beef.
10-minute oil changes place. So, hear me
Okay.
out. They never take 10 minutes. And who really wants a 10-minute oil change? I want you to actually look at my freaking car. Take the time to make sure it's got the proper amount of oil in it. The tires are filled right.
They put the
pressure-
plug back in.
Yeah, they're like, oh.
New oil filter.
Yeah.
And the thing
Put
is,
the
they,
cap back on.
Yeah.
they
Yes.
don't do that. They actually don't take the time, but then they still take like an hour. And you're like, 10-minute oil change my ass.
Or they start adding on. They're like,
Yeah.
oh, you need a cabin filter too, bro.
Yeah.
You need to have a tire rotation. I can't
It
let you, I
sounds
legally
like
can't let you leave here
You should
today.
probably just go to the dealership.
Yeah.
Right?
Might
Yeah,
as
they
well
won't. They
sit.
won't fuck you over at the dealership at all.
But then you got to
yeah.
make an
But you're gonna
appointment.
pay for it.
You're gonna pay
an
for
appointment.
it. For sure.
Yeah, you got
Probably have a
appointment
different,
and
better waiting room. at the
quadruple
dealership.
the-
Yeah.
I want to change my beef.
All right, Roger. I'm going to give Red Dog 25 points because it's a good beef.
It's tough to beat that one.
That's such a
That's
good
a great
beef.
beef.
Roger, 150 points to you if you can beat Brad's beef.
I can't beat it, but I got a beef.
I'll give you 75. Go.
All right, so I have to make an appointment to get a haircut now because I'm going to Supercuts because the lady that cuts my hair quit Supercuts and
She did?
Yeah, she went to this-
Christine's no longer there?
No, she's at the other place now. She's not
Oh.
at Supercuts. That
Oh.
Supercuts closed. But so now I got to make
Oh,
an
that's
appointment, and I made an appointment at 11:30. And this is like the third time it's happened. I walk in there, and I'm an on-time guy. You guys know me. 11:30, right? 15 minutes later, I'm still waiting to get a haircut.
Yeah.
I'm like,
hello,
Okay,
appointment.
yeah, I get it at the doctor's office during surgery. We all run a little bit, but cutting hair, come on. So,
Yeah. All right.
Told you I
I'm gonna
couldn't.
need a
That's a 75-point beef.
I'm
That's
gonna need
fine.
to fact check you on you're an
Yeah.
on time guy.
yes.
That
I
sounds
think
like
we
a.
did get a text
That sounds like a
said,
beef.
Bridge is up, gonna be late.
Oh,
However,
After
I had the
saying,
text.
I'll be there at 11:45.
that's right, Fernando?
All right.
We all got the text.
Yeah.
75 points, anyways, Raj.
fuck
Sounds
you.
pretty-
Being a good sport.
I'm in a point-giving mood.
I gave you
Well, if
points.
it hadn't been for the bridge, I'd have been on time.
All right, you did leave on time to be here early.
Not really.
Okay, now
But the
let's.
bridge was up.
Okay,
I'll take your word for it.
let's move into our man on the street round. Hello, everybody. I'm Bryce Brizzle McKnight in downtown St. Augustine on the street asking questions once again. And with me this week, I have
Hayden,
Hayden
Adrian.
and Adrian. Thank you two very much for agreeing to do this. I'm going to ask you 5 questions. Nothing tricky, nothing political or anything like that. It's who, what, where, when, and how is typically what we normally do. These guys get a week to think about these questions, and I'm just dropping it on you. So thanks for being a good sport. So if you're ready, we'll get right into it. Okay. Our first question is, who is John Rutsey?
Person in the universe.
A person in the universe. That's an excellent answer.
I'm going to say a football coach.
Football coach. I'll take it. Moving on, our next question is going to be the what question. And that question this week will be, what is this all about?
This is about finding random people and asking them simple questions to possibly meet new people.
You're a genius. Do you want to be an expert on our show? You've just out-expert that guy. He's an expert. That's RMFJ over there. Justin, show everybody RMFJ real quick. You can replace him, by the way. I'm going to keep you in mind for sure. Get your information. So I think that's a good answer. You got a better one?
No, she's pretty good about
You're killing it. Nicely done. The next question is where. And the where question is, where did witchcraft begin?
I'm going to say witchcraft. It either started in Europe or in Salem with the witches and they're controlled by the devil.
I liked your first answer, Europe, because we came to Europe and then the Salem started, they didn't like those ladies that they didn't agree with and wanted to kill them for a reason. They said witches.
I'd say North Europe.
Northern Europe, I'll take it. It's great answers. Next question is the when question. And that question is, when was the last time you got mean mugged?
It's mean.
What's mean mugged? This is your question.
Do this.
That's mean mugged. Like, I think like maybe stink eye. You ever heard, like, I gave you a stink eye. When's the last?
Yesterday,
Really? What happened?
so I am freshman secretary and I was talking to our student body president and this girl that doesn't like me didn't like that I was talking to him, so she was just
Great. Probably because she noticed you're smarter than her and she was jealous. How about you?
Probably Tuesday at the grocery store.
Tuesday at the grocery store.
I don't wait for people. If you're standing in front of something, I'll step around and get the items.
We just talked about this today. We talked about this in a previous episode. We do beefs, like what's your beef? And one of them was people who clog aisles. We call them aisle cloggers. Well, we don't have any tolerance for it on our show, so very good. And that leaves us with the how question, your final question. And thank you again very much. I really appreciate it. And that will be, how do you Walken? You know Christopher Walken? Oh, my God. I'm doing a podcast for you. Can you walk in like me?
I think I can walk in like you.
Not bad, not bad.
No.
You're not even going to try it. All right. Well, thank you very much for both being here. Yeah, you'll see you on YouTube in a few weeks, so check it out. I'll ask the questions. I'm Bryce Brizzle McKnight. Thank you very much.
Bye.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you all. Thanks, Raj. Wait. All right, our man on the street or woman or whoever I asked this week is going to answer these questions first. But we will refer to the experts as per usual, starting with Kevin, who has the who question this week. And I'm so glad Kevin got this question because it fits him to a T.
Love it.
I guarantee he didn't research this. He's got all this shit already memorized because happens to do with the band Rush, who we both love very much.
Ooh, nice.
Great band. And that question is, who is John Rutsey?
Perfect question. So I was very fortunate as a kid. I grew up in Cleveland, Ohio. And I also had parents that loved music. So at an early age, I got into music. And when I was in like junior high, I was listening to this radio station, G98. It was kind of a soft rock radio station.
Yeah.
But then I changed when I hit high school, not due to peer pressure, but just because my music tastes changed, to WMMS, the home of the Buzzard.
You better listen to this shit.
And I hope they're listening because it's a great radio station. And they played more like your Led Zeppelin kind of music. They played hard rock music.
Classic rock, what I would refer to as classic.
Classic rock, yeah. So back in August of 1974, there was a female disc jockey at WMMS who played Working Man.
Nice.
As
From their debut album.
From their debut album, which John Rutsey was the drummer for.
Yes.
Oh, that's right.
And
Yeah.
he and the rumor was that she wanted to go to the bathroom, but that's she came out because they had like a 2010. Both Neil and Getty got together with her, did an interview.
Okay.
And she's like, no, it's just because Cleveland was a working class kind of place. She said the day that she played that night the phones lit up and they wanted to hear more of it.
They were known as the Canadian Led Zeppelin then,
Yeah,
I believe.
they were.
That's
That's where they got
very
their
Led
start.
Zeppelin-esque, that album, I think.
So John Rutsey was their first drummer, but the funny thing about it was that he and Alex actually knew each other. They used to play street hockey and stuff like that. But Alex
Naturally,
actually
they're
knew
Canadian.
Getty, and
Of course.
they kind of formed a band after they all figured out that they liked music.
Drinking
put
Molson
everything together.
Ices, eh?
Yeah, they were. I mean,
Nah, take off.
and the funny thing about it was that John Rutsey was actually the lyricist for the band.
No
But
shit.
what's so ironic about it was that he had all this music written for their first album. They were going to go in the studio like a week before the studio. He threw it all away. Said he didn't like it. So Getty and Alex are credited with writing that album because they had to like sit down and pen music real fast.
They rewrote the lyrics to that
They
album?
started all over.
The whole music and everything.
Everything. Yeah.
Fucking
Because he
hell.
just threw everything away.
I wonder what that was like.
So I don't. But he was a little bit of an odd guy too, because he was more of the interested in the glam rock kind of thing. He
Okay.
wanted to be more of a
Hair
British
band.
kind of. Yeah, put that out there, and the other guys were like, "Yeah,
Power
no, that's
glam.
not the way we want to go."
I heard that, and maybe you were going to get into this, that he was kicked out of the band because they were just starting to get noticed and they're starting to, progress through their thing, and they were worried that his lifestyle party habits would kill him.
Actually,
and they're like, dude, you can't. We're going to make it big, and you're just going to drink yourself to death. We know you, so we got to find somebody else.
Okay.
well, actually,
Any truth to that?
no.
Really?
Right.
That's
yeah,
a rumor.
Yeah, that's just a rumor. What happened was he did not have any wish at all to tour.
No
Did
kidding.
not want to get, but he's a huge diabetic as well. His
Okay.
health was suffering. He knew he probably wouldn't make it. And he, like I said, they wanted
He
to
bowed
go
out.
in one direction, and they said that they've never had hard feelings about it. And right before they went on tour, they found that guy, what's his name, Neil Peart, something like
Yeah.
that.
I've
And
heard
he
of him.
exploded.
I've heard of him.
And the professor,
And
he became
took
their
over
guy.
the lyrical writing
Everything.
of the thing.
Yeah,
He did
yeah. They
music
wrote
too?
the. He didn't do so much as music, but he did all the lyrics. And John, unfortunately, he got into when he left the band. He didn't have any hard feelings. He got into like amateur bodybuilding, trying to help himself.
Okay.
And he actually competed a little bit, but he did die in 2008 of a
rest
heart
in
attack
peace, John Rutsey.
related to what they consider diabetes. And if you have, like I do, I've got the DVD Beyond the Lighted Stage. It does have 2 of his recordings, which been videoed.
Cool.
So I
That's
think they're playing
kinda
like in a
neat.
hix school.
I'd like to
kind
see
of thing.
that.
So yeah, it's pretty cool.
Yeah, nice.
But, yeah.
Excellent job.
Yeah.
Kevin, I got to give out the points
love it.
today.
Yep.
You're
I-
getting
I wonder if he
I
did
learned something.
400.
financially
400
how he
points to
did.
Kevin.
I think he did all right.
Off that first album, getting royalties, I'm sure.
Well, that's what I'm
Yeah,
saying. I
his
wonder if
name
the
is
band
on
just kept hooking him up throughout
It's
the
just
years. or-
amazing to me the difference between the sound that they had when they had John Rutsey versus when Neil came in. Just otherworldly.
He took
different
it to
drummer.
a different, like he wanted to go to the, outer space theme and stuff. You know,
Yeah.
I mean, with 2112
Sure.
and
One of my
Chris Steele
favorite
and all
albums
that.
of all time.
Yep.
But
And,
Working Man is a great song.
It's a great album.
Finding
That
My
whole
Way.
album
and
is
the whole,
good, really.
The whole
yeah.
album's real, but it's more
It's a
working
rock
man.
album.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Which was weird because it was weird because, like I said, he wanted to go in the glam direction.
Yeah, and then they got into Bytor the Snow Dog and shit. And it was just
That's a
like,
great song too.
what a weird band, but such a cool band.
Oh,
I
yeah.
love Rush.
Stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Million points to Rush. They win.
Yeah.
They're going to get the Harrier jump jet, everybody.
Harrier jump jet.
So, Alex,
All right.
Getty, give us a call. We'll line you up with your Harrier jump jet.
Yep.
All right, moving on. Our next question, man on the street answers first, naturally, always as per usual. Raj got the what question this week.
Oh, that's right.
You ready, Roger?
No,
That's
this
not
was
your
a
question.
tough question.
Well, you're going to get it right now.
Okay.
Roger, what is this all about?
Dude, how do you answer that? I mean, I could have gone in
I'll ask the questions.
400
What is this all
different
about?
ways.
Go one.
It's about love, kindness,
Oh.
and good karma. And that's what it's about.
Bringing karma back.
Yeah.
I'll give him an O.
That was a good answer.
All right.
That's what it's all about. It has to be.
All right,
I thought it was all about
2 out of
beer.
4 standing O's.
Or beer.
My standing O is
3
like,
points.
excellent.
3 points.
Am I being too rough on Roger? Let's give him 1,000. Roger,
1,000.
1,000.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
But
Nice
I think-
job.
Even
Did you
thousand.
say
So
beer?
sweet.
That's what
Ah,
it's
beer.
all about? Yeah, okay. That's a good
Would you like
answer,
another
too.
Florida man?
Yeah.
We got a
No, I'm
cooler
good.
full of them.
Yeah,
I
see,
love you,
starting
man.
out.
I love you, man. I love
you, man.
I'm gonna
man.
start telling everybody I love them. Like, I love you, man.
Love you, man.
Fernando, I love you, man.
Yeah, I
I
love you,
love
man.
you too. And Roger, that calls for a tattoo.
Yeah.
Now,
A tramp stamp.
Yeah, but see, my tattoo, I
Tramp
want
stamp,
like a
tramp
big
stamp.
skull and crossbone on my back. You
says,
know?
"I love you."
Yeah, yeah.
It says I love
Says
The
I
middle
love you.
finger. I love you,
Yeah.
man.
I love you, man.
That's a good idea. I like that.
All right, let's moving on to the
right.
next
Big
question.
swan song, you know, wings spread
love you,
out.
man.
Yeah.
Man on the street
'Cause you
goes
got those
first.
lats.
Then Brad. Brad, you have the what question? That question is, what is a better way to die? Burning to death
You just switched it up on me?
or
No,
dreaming?
no, we had this question last week.
We did?
Yeah,
what
it
did
was
I
that-
ask you?
I think
Where?
where?
Why did I not cross that out?
That's
Who, what,
okay.
where?
okay?
Minus 100 to me. God damn it. I'm fucking losing this game.
It's like, wait
Shit.
a second.
Got to turn in the wig.
I will answer it. But
Are you
Brad,
wearing,
your
are you wearing the
question-
ring of knowledge?
Yes, but I
Okay.
think the fucking light's fading or something. I got to charge it somehow. I got to do a sacrifice ritual at 3 in the morning. You coming over?
Yeah.
All right, we got this.
All right, cool.
Where did witchcraft begin? Speaking of
There
weird
we
voodoo
go.
shit, all of a sudden,
yeah.
There we go.
go.
It is. I believe it's commonly accepted that it started medieval, modern Europe.
Okay.
But upon thinking about this question and looking into it, witchcraft is referenced in the Bible. So I believe in 1 Samuel and some of the
So
Corinthians,
possibly 6,000 years old.
or Colossians. It's all referenced. So if you're talking about, or even in Exodus being one of the oldest books of the Bible,
Yeah.
I think you could safely say it would either be Middle East, Egypt more specifically.
Sure. Wow.
So I think it originated for people who just didn't understand stuff that couldn't explain it.
It's interesting.
Therefore, it is witchcraft.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna say my answer is I think Middle East,
Wow. Egypt times.
Egypt times.
That's interesting because we talked previously in this episode, hopefully I'll find which one it is, about Egypt and their beliefs of the Ben stone forming everything out of itself.
Yeah.
So
Wasn't too long ago.
witchcraft,
So witchcraft,
maybe,
mysticism,
maybe it was that-
mediums.
yeah,
That's all kind of the same.
I'll
thing.
take it. I'll take
You'll
it.
accept that?
20
answer?
points worth
Yeah.
at
I
least.
think that's a great answer.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. 100 points?
Yeah. 100 points.
Yeah, 100 points.
Fuck it.
100
Let's get
points.
points out.
Man, a lot of points today, everybody. It's a point festivity.
Yay.
All right. Man on the street is going to answer who, what, where, when. Ricky's open question. Let's just, when you know it.
All right,
answer
throw it out there.
Slung it out.
His question was when. Man on the street goes first. When was the last time you got mean mugged? Justin, mean mug me right now.
No, we had that question last week.
Did you?
Yeah.
Did
Who did that?
we? Mean mug? I've never heard
Yeah,
of
mean
that.
mug.
Meat mug?
No, we didn't.
Yeah.
I've never heard of it.
You better quit mean mugging me, boy. I'll wipe that right off your face.
This is it right here.
You getting meat mugged? I'm sure it's traffic related.
Traffic?
You know, probably in the car.
Yeah.
I'd say 2 days ago I got mean mugged in the car.
I got mean mug
At the
yesterday at
grocery
work.
store.
You got mean mugged at work?
All the time.
Every time?
Every
By your
day.
boss?
Yeah. oh my
All
God.
right.
I
Your
have
boss
a new-
is lovely, by the way.
She is a lovely
She's
person.
wonderful.
I have a new
I do a
neighbor
lot of
that I
mean
try to
mugging.
wave to, and it's just nothing, stone cold. I'm like, hey.
That's
And
my
it's just
previous
like,
beef
he just
here.
looks at me
This
and
episode,
then
I
turns
beefed
away.
that.
Dude, I'm having deja vu big time.
Isn't it
I
weird?
remember the mean mug thing.
Didn't we
mug.
talk about mean mug?
You know what it is? It's because you saw our interview on the
Yeah,
street and
you
you saw
did.
me interview.
Oh,
the-
that's right.
Yeah.
Because
Ah.
The same thing happens to me. 'Cause
Yeah.
That's why I'm like, shit, I might have it.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah.
And then sometimes I don't cross stuff out
Yeah.
because
I
I'm a
got you.
terrible host.
I got
As
you.
we
Yeah,
all
you're doing
fucking
great.
know.
Got it.
You're doing great.
Oh, you're a
Wow.
great
Love your
host.
hair.
Tough life for a
Thanks.
Grand Quizzer.
Christ, you're-
Always asking questions.
Yeah.
Great
Yeah.
That is a
Like,
tough
did we
one.
already ask that one?
Yeah.
Got to keep.
I'm wearing this all the time.
Do it.
Saw, dude.
We should get into. We talked about surfing. We should get into surfing.
Surfing.
You already
Oh,
surf,
I like
but
that.
I
I've
would like to
surfed. You want to learn how to surf?
Yeah.
All right. Side note. Red
Side
Dog's
note,
going to
we're
learn how to
gonna
surf.
I tried. It hurts. Just
It
just
hurts.
keeping your head up to paddle out
try.
hurts so bad.
I've lost
I
control.
sucked down any
done.
water.
Good. My turn.
Final question is how?
Yes.
Right.
Yes. I'm ready.
Okay. That's going to go to Red Dog. Man on Street. How do you Walken?
So this is great because if you listen to the question, it's how do you walk in? However, you have to know the spelling here, and it's not walk-in like a walk-in cooler, or it's walk-in like Christopher
Christopher
Walken. And this is how I walk in.
This is going to kind of be an open. You see
I
where we're
like
going?
Hey, you're talking to my guy all wrong. You do it again, and I'm gonna stab you in the face with a soldering iron.
You're talking to my guy all wrong.
Yeah, this is
do it
how I
again.
walk
I'm
in.
gonna stab you in the face with a soldering iron.
Your turn.
He's awesome. Yeah, I don't do it.
Two
You're not gonna-
mice
I can't walk.
fall in a bucket of cream.
Yes, they
One mice
turns
fights so hard he churns that cream
butter.
into butter.
Yes.
He crawls out. Today, I am that second mouse.
That's a great walk.
Good job, Brett.
Nice.
Roger.
Yep.
I have
Roger, do Nicholson.
Jack,
Yeah.
Yeah.
you want me to do Jack Nicholson? What are you guys laughing at?
Here's Johnny. Nice.
Very good.
That's our
Look.
imitation round.
I
Yeah.
like it. How do you
Awesome.
walk in?
How do you
That's
walk
how-
in?
All right.
That's good. I like that.
Nice, Red Dog.
Thank you.
2 points.
Thank you.
Because you're my brother. I can't show favoritism.
I know.
That's why I
That's
got
fine.
to.
I'll take 2 points.
Anyways,
I like it.
that
But
moves
this
us.
is how I walk in.
That is going to move
the next round.
us into story round. My
So
story.
interesting.
Stupid. Sorry.
I like it.
Such a segue.
Yeah, this is a good segue. Thanks, Kevin. Man on the Street's gone. Hope they have a nice life. They were very friendly. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
It was, actually, it was ladies on the street.
They were two
Yes,
ladies.
thanks, Raj.
Oh, cool.
They were very lovely.
Yeah, I hope one of them
One
was
of
of
them
age.
was really
Yeah.
smart.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I was
younger.
She was
Yeah, I was
smart
worried
as a
that she
whip,
may
wasn't
be,
she?
I've been 16.
Yeah, too young to watch the show. I really didn't think
She
about
can
it
hear
when I
swearing. There's a far worse
Yeah.
out there.
solicited them.
Easy, Jack.
I
easy.
warned her, and I warned both of them, so they've consented.
Yeah, and the Mr.
On
Big Dick
tape.
story is
Yeah.
edited out.
Well, you just brought it
Hopefully.
up again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
So now
oops.
people are like, "Oh, Rogers, what?
Well,
What's he
it's
talking
just-
about?
It'll be a myth.
Just bleep it.
Yeah.
It'll be a mystery.
A myth.
My story is going to be about the longest surgery I was ever in.
Hopefully it's not the longest story. No offense.
20
Wait,
points,
50
dude.
points.
50 points. That was pretty good.
That was good.
That's pretty good.
But that just hurts me. It makes me think of work and the longest surgery. I've
God,
ever
and
been
I was
in.
starting out. I still liked my job back then. I was
Yeah.
probably 6 years in or so.
This
and
is your longest day?
longest surgery I was part
Okay.
of. It was 16 hours.
Whoa.
I got 30 minutes for a break
Yeah.
and for lunch. It started in the morning. I got out fucking at night. And it was an anterior, posterior, lumbar interbody fusions. So anteriorly, they start.
It took 16 hours?
And I'll tell you
flip the
why.
patient.
So this was the first time this surgeon, and he was sort of pioneering this technique, and the first one to do it where you maintain the peritoneal cavity. So the peritoneum is the tissue that holds your guts in your abdomen, right? Your everything. And so what they wanted to do, typically they would normally split you down the middle and go through your peritoneal cavity, move all your intestines out of the way, go to the posterior peritoneum, open that up, tractures all out of the way, and then eventually they get down to your spine. They can scrape out your disc, pull out your disc, put in a cage that they pack full of bone graft, so the two vertebrae fuse together.
Yep.
Instead of going back through the back?
No. So it's a 360. They gotta come anterior
And then-
They'll eventually
yeah.
flip you over
So-
and do the same thing.
Maintaining the peritoneal
Yikes.
cavity is a lot more tedious work because you don't want to nick it, and you got to slowly go between the fat and the peritoneum and muscle and all that shit and just move it all out of the side. So you kind of go in from the side.
Yeah, but 16 hours.
And it took forever to dissect just to get down. And then finally we had to do a couple levels. So that takes time. You got to scrape all the disc out. You got to harvest the bone graft. You got to put it in. You got to close them. And then we flip them over. So you're on a table laying on your back. And then they put this other part of the table over you. And they clamp you down like you're a sandwich. And then they rotate the whole thing. And flip you over like a rotisserie. You seen them restore cars? They do the rotisserie restoration where they spray the car,
Yeah.
rotate
gotta-
it, spray it, rotate it, spray it.
Then you got to go
Talking
through
about
the
Same
whole
exact
chicken.
thing, but with people.
prepping and draping thing all
Yeah.
over again. And
Wow.
And then so while they flipped them, I went and ate lunch, came back, and did the
Well, they're 8
5-level posterior fusion where you go
Another
in
8
through
hour.
the
Yeah.
Oh my
And it was like I was just so worn out after that. I was like, man, I don't want to do spine anymore. I've done enough spine
Just being on your
surgeries now.
feet that long.
I
And
know.
it's in the restaurant
I was in
business.
pain, dude. Yeah.
And it's a general surgeon who
and-
does the
only
done it
belly
like-
part.
I've
of it.
only
And then
done
an
it like
once.
orthopedic
An orthopedic
or
or-
neuro. Yeah.
Like once or
Spinal
twice I've done that long of a shift in the restaurant, and it was hell.
And the amount of instrumentation is just
Oh, it's
thousands of instruments. It's just
two
nuts.
tables, and you're stuck in one
And
spot.
you got to keep track of the little sponges, the bigger sponges, the
I
huge
think you
sponges,
get your
all
100.
those
I
needles.
think you get your 100 points back for
Thanks,
what
bud.
you went through
I'll take it.
for
Yeah.
that 16 hours.
Just for the
I
pain.
am
medicine is really
even though.
just-
and they
Come
still
on,
don't
ways.
have. They don't
It
have.
really is if you think
It's
about
wild. It's witchcraft.
it. It is like our version of witchcraft.
Yeah.
We just are comfortable and
Like
know
you
it
fall
now.
asleep and you wake up and you're fixed. You're like, oh, cool.
Yeah, it is the weirdest thing.
Yeah.
Now I can start complaining about something else.
All right.
Yeah, they really don't have spines figured out though. They got hips, they got knees figured out,
Spine's
shoulders figured
tough.
out, but spines,
Spine's tough because
spines, ankles, elbows,
Knees and toes.
Don't do it.
yeah,
Yeah.
with the spine, like one vertebrae affects the other
Yeah,
vertebrae
yeah,
way
they
down
they
here.
don't have
and-
it figured out.
Yeah, it's gonna take a while.
Story.
Kevin, what's your story?
My story's not very long. I I got this thing that in the mail. I thought it was going to be a scam. So it says something about I've had my truck now like 6, 7, 8 months. New insurance company. The house that I bought used to be a rental home. So I'm living there now full time. I don't have any renters or anything like that. So anyway, I excuse me. I get this thing in the mail that says we're going to add so and so to your policy. 24-year-old driver. I'm like, yeah, no, this is just a scam. So I threw it away. Well, I got this text message the other day saying, and this was just like Thursday, saying, yeah, since we haven't heard from you, this person will be added to your policy effective February, whatever.
wrong.
And I'm like,
I'm
I
not
don't
even
fucking
responding.
think
Yeah.
so. So I actually got out my paperwork, called the insurance company, and the insurance company was like, well, yeah, there was somebody living at your home that
Wow.
says that they're part of they need to be because they didn't update their policy, so your address. And I was like, no, I'm the only one that's lived here for over a year. I'm the only one that has this policy. It's a brand new policy. Where are you guys get off doing
Yeah.
that fucking stuff?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, we'll dig through it and we'll figure it out. And I was like, no, you'll just not. I mean, no, this is not the way this is going to work. So I was like, so you guys can arbitrarily add somebody to my policy without doing any research, without me
Without my
calling you
consent. Yeah.
and saying anything. And,
Yeah,
and
it's
so
not the same last name or nothing.
nothing.
Right.
And the guy's like 24 years old. I've never heard of him. So then I called the dealership just yesterday and talked to the guy that set up the policy. And he's like, yeah, no, that's bullshit. If there's nobody with that name, I'll figure this out. I'll straighten it out. I'll take care of you. Wow. So he said, if I need anything else, I'll call you. I was like, well, dude, you're the one that set up this policy.
Yeah.
So is this insurance company a bogus insurance company?
Right.
I was.
Yeah.
What am I paying
I'm
for here?
really, really concerned
Yeah.
now. So he's like, well, you don't redo anything until April. So I'll dig through this and I'll make sure that this person is not going to be on there. And if anything happens, I will call you.
Who's your insurance company?
It's called Safeco.
I think I'm about to
Out of
call them and
Utah.
hop on your insurance.
Exactly.
Yeah, like, hello.
Apparently you
Kevin,
can.
How much coverage you got?
Yeah.
Apparently
You got
you
$500,000
Can we get a
uninsured,
group
right?
rate on
I'm gonna get
Heaven's
life insurance for
insurance?
myself.
So now I'm
I'll
gonna
put
get,
you down as my beneficiary. You put me down as your.
and I'm gonna get our 4 viewers. They're gonna be, hey, maybe I can jump on his policy too. So,
Yeah. So 7 viewers. Mary C, you're still watching.
Yeah, great.
Free insurance.
that's all I need.
I think Holly watches pretty regular too.
By the
All
way,
right.
first birthday shout out really quick because that reminded me. Happy birthday, Holly! Thanks for watching.
Happy birthday,
Happy
Holly.
birthday,
Go,
Holly.
go Braves! Also, happy
Wait,
birthday
birthday.
to
I think it's
Kathleen.
Brad's birthday.
Couple weeks
Happy
ago.
birthday, Brad.
Happy birthday.
Late birthday to Brad.
Hey,
late birthday to you. Late birthday to you, and birthday to your wife, Kathleen.
today.
I don't do the Facebook birthday
Happy
shit,
birthday,
so happy
Today's
birthday.
your wife's birthday.
Happy birthday, babe.
Happy
Love
birthday, Libby.
All right. No,
Nope, wife.
his wife.
I don't
Next.
care.
Kathleen. Anyway,
All right.
no worries.
Kathleen.
Where,
Kathy.
where were we?
Yeah.
I've lost.
Katrina's
And,
story.
and,
Your story.
and,
Go.
and my
My
birth-
story. So I've
My, wait. My birthday is Tuesday.
Happy
Happy
pre-birthday.
Happy birthday, producer.
La da da da.
It's
Yeah.
everybody's birthday.
Yeah.
Feliz Navidad.
If you have a birthday, happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
Roger, go.
This is a good story.
Go.
I've got a neighbor that's got a dog, beautiful black German Shepherd, that doesn't shut up. And she lets it out at odd hours, and I go to sleep early. I'm 8 o'clock, 8:30, whatever. Last Saturday night, it's not a work night, but we still went to bed early,
What time?
9-ish, somewhere
Okay.
in there. She lets the dog out at 11:30-ish.
No, that's too late.
I'm asleep, and wakes me up.
Big dog?
Yeah,
German
big,
Shepherd,
beautiful black German Shepherd. And I've been dealing with this for years, this lady. So I okay, she's going to let the dog back in. You go back to sleep. 3 minutes later, it wakes you up.
Yeah.
And so you get this cycle of anxiety. Okay, is the dog in? Is it not in? Is it going to bark again?
RMFJ 3.
Oh, dude. So I'm going from like a 4 to a 6 to an 8, and now it's like midnight, and the dog barks
Oh.
again, and I go ballistic.
That's it.
I'm at a 10.
Got nothing to lose now.
Flip on the lights.
I'll get sleep in jail.
Exactly. I told Renee. I said, make sure you have your phone close because I'm going to need to get bailed out. Flip on the light, put my pants on, go in the backyard, start hammering on my fence so hard I break 2 slats.
Oops.
Nice.
Shut that goddamn dog! Just screaming, and I can see the silhouette of the lady behind her curtains, and she's
shaking.
just like,
Shivering.
There it is.
well, what's so cool about this is that my wife knew not to say, no, don't do this.
Yeah, you were doing it.
Yeah, she knew it. She goes, okay, I got you. It wasn't one of those, you stupid, you just go to bed.
She grabbed the phone.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no.
She's like, I'm going to get another
okay,
black eye.
He's at a 10. Whatever it is, I got his back.
right.
Good for her.
Good. All right. She
But
was
did the
pissing
dog
up
stop
too,
her?
actually.
So, did
Oh,
the
that
woman
dog.
take the dog in or what? She
Oh
finally
yeah,
let-
because so I was pounding on the fence, shut that goddamn dog up, and then I'm going over to her house, and as I walk out my gate to go to her house, I hear her open up the thing and let the dog in, and it's a good thing I stopped right there,
Okay.
because I was,
It worked.
dude, I was literally, I don't get to a 10 very often, but when I do, it's
You got to have
You're
sleep.
here's Johnny.
Oh,
Yeah.
And that was
I'm a
last
mushroom
time.
cloud laying
All of a
motherfucker,
sudden, this axe head comes through the fence.
yeah.
Roger's head pokes out. Here's RMFJ.
And so now it's gotten better, but she still lets that dog, and just it barks.
Yeah.
She's a shitty dog owner. You don't do that.
Yeah.
If your dog's outside and it's barking,
Bringing
what do
it
you
in.
do? Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Get down here
Yeah.
and beat the
Peanut,
shit
get
out
your
of
ass
it.
in here. Shut up.
Yep.
Yeah, being an owner of a German
yeah.
Shepherd, that's what they
Yeah.
do because they want to make sure people
Sure.
know something's
I
out
get that.
there.
That's their job.
Yep.
It's not the dog's fault.
They're on
No.
guard.
But
That's-
within about 2
that's
minutes,
the
you're like,
owner.
okay, this dog's got to be bothering somebody. Let it.
Yeah.
Nah, she lets this fucking thing go all the time.
Wow.
For an hour.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to call the cops. I got to do something.
That might have
Yeah.
been a better beef than
It's
a story.
Ordinance.
Yeah, it was going to be one of my beefs.
We'll
That
take
led
it.
into a story.
I'll
Yeah,
take
so
it.
I was talking
It's a
to
good
a neighbor.
story.
I was like, actually, it was this morning. I said, man, does that dog bother you? And he goes, that dog bothers the shit out of him. I'm like, okay.
By the way, the other night I heard you screaming. Good job.
I know I literally went over there to apologize. I was like, hey, I'm sure I woke you. I was surprised I could talk to
And
that
he
mor-
slow
the
clapped
next
you. He's
morning.
like,
yeah. I mean, I was screaming so loud. It was like, no, I was at a rock concert last night, so I can't talk.
nice alibi.
Wow.
Brad, what's your story?
My story is, it was for my brother-in-law's bachelor party.
Okay.
We decided to go to West Virginia and do whitewater rafting down the Gauley River.
Oh boy.
Sweet.
It just happened to be during the time, it's called Bridge Day. And so they shut down the new bridge. I might have told some of y'all this story before.
No, I think I've heard about it.
But yeah, they shut down the
Bridge
bridge
Day.
and base jumpers from all
Yeah.
over the world come.
Wow.
And they jump off this bridge. It's cool. It's an all-day thing. There's like tents up and
Cool.
vendors, and it's a good time. You just kind of hang out. You can look
Watch
over,
people jump
watch
off a
people
bridge.
jump off a bridge and pull their chute. Well, we're hanging
Hopefully pull
out,
the chute.
watching, and tons of successful jumps, no issues. So one guy goes. We go, oh man, he's really. Oh, he's
going
really
for the
gonna go.
record.
He's
oh,
cutting it close.
He's cutting it
Wow,
close.
this guy's
Oh,
got
oh.
balls.
Splats on the river.
Wow.
Like straight frog, just
Belly flop.
belly flop
Done.
Whoa.
from that height. And look up the bridge. I forget what the height is, but it's bad. Next thing you know, there's boats that immediately
Yeah.
pull up.
Yeah.
They pull him out of the water. They cut his chute and everything. It's just this whole deal, and everyone is like, the energy is just sucked out of this place. Everyone's just
more
looking
fun. I
around
guess-
like white face, like what just happened?
Game over, I
Uh-huh.
guess.
10 minutes later, another dude jumps off.
No
They just kept going. This is it. They all
They
came,
just shoveled
they
him
came
off.
from around the world
Move
to do
them out
this.
of the way.
Forgot it
All right.
immediately.
Yeah.
One guy down.
But
This guy would have wanted us to do this, man. We gotta jump.
he didn't.
In honor
I
of.
knew that dumbass didn't pack his chute right.
We all gotta go at the same time, man. Gotta remember this guy.
But we looked at. He didn't die.
No.
He
Wow.
lived.
Yes.
He
I
you
hope
know,
he's watching this.
collapsed.
Me too.
Nice.
I hope
Collapsed
he's
and
watching
punctured
this.
and broke everything in his body.
Hoorah.
Yeah,
But he lived.
Wow.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
Man.
Pretty wild.
So did his chute like pop out and just never
It
deployed?
never opened at
and
all.
nothing
He just
happened.
fro- Frog.
Nothing. Either he just didn't pull it, or it just.
He
burst.
was maybe he was
Or-
trying to frog.
I don't-
Or a bunch of clothes
I
and
don't know.
books fell out like he had his backpack instead of the
Wile E.
chute.
Coyote.
right.
So I was at an air show one time, and the guy was doing a loop and didn't make it. And
Oh.
yeah,
Augured
yeah.
in, huh?
Yeah, guy's name was Tom Jones in a biplane.
Were, Any relation?
Yeah.
No,
Was it the time?
All Jones are related
no,
somehow.
but he literally, it
Ouch.
ruined the whole show. Everybody had to go home.
Yeah.
Yeah, big explosion, guy died.
That's crazy. They just kept
Yeah.
going though. Like, all right, he
The-
he might have died,
the
but he
jump
didn't die.
must go on.
It's crazy.
That brings us to Red Dog's story. What
Mine
is your story?
Mine's very quick.
All right. We
When
got
I
time.
realized that you were going to be a surgical tech.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So we were playing. It was around Christmas time. It was in the holidays. We're playing golf. Golf. Football.
Quite different.
Yes.
We were playing badminton.
Yeah, we were playing hockey. No, it was,
What's the other manly sports?
And it was on the side of a hill, and like it wasn't a very nice yard. It was messed up, and
It was a newer place.
yeah, it was a newer
grass
yard.
just
yeah,
growing in.
Yeah. And I tackle my dad. Me and my brother gang tackle my dad. We're younger, like tackle him to the ground, and he takes a huge chunk out of his knee. I mean,
He probably should have had stitches.
this was like,
It degloved part of his skin over his patella a
yeah.
little bit.
and this guy
Dirt was all packed
grabs
in there.
my mom's like scuba camera and is like, "Let me get a picture." And he's like, "Oh, check it out, dude." And he's like,
It was
taking-
picture worthy for sure.
Oh, he's taking pictures of it, and I'm like literally, and this dude's like into it. So I'm
You know, like you cut
oh.
yourself deep enough, it's like white for a second,
Yeah.
and then
Yeah.
it just kind of wells up with blood, and
Yeah.
it's just gushing.
Yeah.
That's what it was.
Yeah, it was great. It was nasty at the time, but this guy was in it, and I was like, okay.
Did you clean it for
Just
him?
wash it out a little
Yeah,
bit.
my
Yeah.
brother's like, I'm gonna be.
Put a bandage on it. We're like,
some
nah,
dirt
we
on
need
it.
to go to the hospital. He'll be all right.
He's
Rub some
gonna
more
be-
dirt on it.
A little alcohol, rubbing alcohol.
Take
He's
that
like,
route.
peroxide. He's like, fuck.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, he was dying. My
Yeah.
brother was like, oh,
He's still got that scar.
oh yeah,
Nasty scar.
oh,
Did you keep
Oh, yeah.
playing?
Yeah, we
oh
played
yeah,
some more.
yeah,
Wrapped it up. Said,
yeah.
no, it's your down.
Just put some Bactine on it.
yeah.
Back pain.
That's my story.
All right.
Yeah.
That brings us to questions from the kitchen. Sorry. Our questions this week from the kitchen come to us from Chef Hippity Hop.
There's a reason for this. Let me explain Hippity Hop's name.
You're fucking up my mojo, dude.
Sorry, dude. This guy literally
I thought he was going to do
All
something
you gotta
bad
do
to
is
Barnesy.
Speak loud because we
Wait,
can't
wait.
hear
walks
anything
like
you're saying.
this, and then sorry.
Did he name himself or did
Yeah.
y'all make fun
He
of
named
him?
Well, someone named him, and then he goes with it.
He likes it.
Yeah.
Chef Hippity Hop.
Hippity Hop.
He's
Kind
a
of
chef.
like
He's a chef at my work.
He's not a shoe. He's
No,
not a
he's
sock
not me.
shoe chef.
No, he's not me.
kind of like troll goblin.
Yeah, he's not a troll.
He's
grabber.
embracing it.
So he's the cook.
is
He's the head cook.
He's a cook.
I'll ask the questions, and Chef Hippity Hop will ask this one
Hippity.
through me. And that question is, where does the red fern grow?
Between Old Dan and Little Ann.
Nicely done. Next question
was
is, when is the best time to fart while cooking? That's like never, I would say.
No, so there is a good time.
I
so
would
when
say
you're
at the very
sizzling,
beginning.
when you're sizzling a pan,
At the
I feel-
beginning?
Yeah.
Okay. I feel when you're sizzling like a pan,
Nobody can hear it,
and
and nobody can smell it because whatever you're cooking already smells like shit.
right.
There's the fart joke. That young lady that I met last week, there's your fart joke.
Yeah.
Sorry about it.
Yeah, sorry.
If you've even made it this far in the podcast.
Sorry, Mary C, but I think she likes fart jokes probably. She's
Mary C?
She likes them secretly probably.
All right.
What does your cooking stance look like? I'll show you mine.
Perfect. All right.
Like the
Next
old man.
question.
Show me yours because you are a cook. I like it, the Elvis style. Brad, you
I
should
don't-
like that because you're an Elvis fan.
I don't know if
And
I want him flipping burgers that close to his nuts, though.
But that's
He's clothed. It's
Are
okay.
we
That's-
cooking or jacking off?
No, that's
Yeah.
cooking.
Well,
that's my
how do
stance.
you do it?
Yeah.
How do you do it?
Oh, I don't. My wife cooks.
And there's your dick joke.
And there's your dick joke.
My wife.
Cooking stance, Raj? Do you cook?
Yeah.
Show it.
Cooking stance?
Smoke a
Yeah.
brisket. Show me how to
That's just
smoke a
a-
brisket.
Show me how you smoke your breath.
That's right.
Yeah, yeah.
All right.
like
Another
Same
25
way.
points to Roger. Let's write those down.
Classic.
25 to
Nice.
Roger Jones. Okay, where were we? The next question is, who is Linguini and Collette?
I believe that's Mario Brothers, right?
Yep, exactly.
That's actually from
Wow.
Ratatouille.
Yep, another 20 points.
From
Roger,
Ratatouille.
Roger won
Damn.
this round, by
But
the
we'll
way.
give it
Yeah,
to Roger.
definitely.
Last question coming to us from Chef Hippity Hop is, how big is Ron Jeremy's slong? Not schlong, he says slong in this question.
Slong.
Dude, we had this question last week.
Tell us.
And I'm telling you, I can compete.
Oh,
Prove it.
I'm
so
just
then
saying.
let us-
Go.
Exactly. Prove it. Hey, honey, do I got a big dick?
Now, Roger, we're going to have to edit that shit out, too.
No.
Leave that in.
You can leave that. But last week's I got a little more in depth into.
Well, he wanted to know how big
Do-
really is.
Question is,
I'm gonna go with 12 inches.
are boomers
Soft.
into Ron Jeremy? I don't know.
Soft.
Not really.
I'll ask the questions, not that one. Thank you, everybody.
Wait, no. Have you guys seen Ron Jeremy in a porn?
Yes.
No, I don't watch porn because I'm
I
a
have.
decent person.
He's not that big.
No.
No.
I'm guessing like 8
Not
inches
any-
max.
Well, yeah, but you got to go back to the day that he was. I mean, his era.
No,
I
I've.
would think.
You ever
Does
seen
he-
like the what's the movie?
I know the guy's really fat and.
The Devil and Miss Jones? No.
Finding Ryan's
Deep Throat?
Privates?
Fernando, help me out.
Oh, not that one?
No, that was Johnny Holmes.
No, yeah, John
John
Holmes
Holmes
is
is
now
hung
that
like a
dude is.
hamster.
I cannot compete with that guy.
Yeah, he's hung like a hamster.
Yeah, but Ron Jeremy,
He might have the record.
I got it.
I'm closing the show. I'm done with the
right.
dick talk.
All right.
Sorry.
Yeah.
I didn't think I'd ever get done with dick jokes, but I am.
That's
Fair enough.
Thank you, everybody. The two people still watching, Mary C., I'm looking at you. Thanks for watching. Thanking our illustrious panel of experts. Thanks for showing up and doing an excellent job today.
Travis
everybody. I
Kelce.
appreciate
God,
it.
I did awful.
Travis Kelsey.
Fernando,
Tay-Tay, watch us,
producer, thanks
Again.
to you.
Sheriff,
Thanks
shout
to
out.
our lovely
I'm giving a shout out to Tay-Tay.
people on the streets.
Taylor Swift.
Thanks to her. Why not?
Yeah, sure.
And thank you, Chef Hippity Hop. Please keep subscribing and sharing and liking. Watch every video to its fullest extent. Until the next time, good whenever, wherever you are, I'm Bryce Brizzle of Midnight.
I'm not a crook.
right.
I'm not a crook.
Dunsky.
Oh, God.